Mr. Neumann, thank you so much for being in our show.
Thank you. It's my real pleasure to be here.
So today's press conference released a very important report, the survey result of the business confidence of German enterprises in China. And I know not long ago, the German Chamber of Commerce also released a very important report, competitiveness of German enterprises in China. So combine these two reports, two results, what characteristics of Chinese market do you think are attractive to German companies in China?
Overall, the confidence survey of the German Chamber clearly showed that the confidence is rising again into the Chinese economy overall. At the same time, that survey also showed that about a third of the companies say in their own industry, the environment is getting more challenging. The competitive pressure is rising and therefore also the pressure towards the prices. Traditionally, many German companies said we are the clear technology leader. Today they have also to say, okay, but now we have also Chinese technology leaders, and therefore we have a new quality of competition and we need to speed up.
It has been decades since China reformed and opening up. And I know you've been in China for a long time, more than a decade. What's your observation on China's reform and opening up? And what do you think are the achievements and the prospect of China's high-level opening up?
The opening up and the reform policy of the Chinese government was absolutely an outstanding success. We all know that. That's unprecedented, I would say, across the globe, also the speed in which the economy developed, and through the WTO entry 2 decades ago that further accelerated. So China has certainly benefited from this opening to a large extent, and you see it also in the rising wealth of people and in the rising export numbers also of Chinese companies. Now in the next wave, we see that it clearly goes beyond just exporting good enough products, so to say. It's also a lot about innovation and also using the new resources to become stronger in many of the technology fields at the same time. And that leads also to the new quality of competition coming through Chinese companies in China, but then also across the globe.
Can you give me a concrete example? Before, if the German company want to enter Chinese market, and nowadays want to enter Chinese market, what different situation they are facing nowadays?
Before, let's say, take automotive, right? when the first German company coming here in automotive was Volkswagen, right? And then I would say they were more or less alone with their cars. They were immediately highly competitive, and they were also on everybody's wish list very soon. If today you come with an automotive company from anywhere into China, you find not only the largest market in the world, meanwhile, for automotives, but also a highly competitive environment in terms of innovation, closeness to customers, and also in terms of price competition in those markets.
In March this year, China issued the action plan to promote high-level opening up. What changes or benefits do you think this action plan can bring to German enterprises in China?
Nevertheless, we are very optimistic that with the implementation also we see new companies coming in. I give you an example. I know from German companies that are in the hospital sector, in the health sector, that are now eyeing China as a potential market, having also an aging population. Mm-hmm. You know that in, let's say, care for elderly or so, Germany has maybe a few decades advanced, because we are already a relatively old society. Mm-hmm. And therefore, here there are probably also new opportunities for companies outside from China, because their market conditions have been since decades in a way which China probably will only experience then in the future.
In recent years, China, have put a lot of efforts to develop the new quality productive forces. And there are so many emerging industries, like new energy vehicles development in China. So as we all know, Germany and China are both major countries for automotive industries. So what's your perspective of development of new quality productive forces in China?
For the new quality products, let's take the new energy vehicles as an example, because indeed China is today, I believe, the largest market for vehicles globally. At the same time, Germany is definitely the strongest country in Europe when it comes to the production of automotives and also from the brands. Yeah? So I see here more opportunities than threats. A new era of technologies and also customer experience of driving a car has emerged. Mm-hmm. And Chinese companies have used this very smartly and intelligently, saying, okay, this is a completely new market. We see there's a lot of mutual learning. And we see now also that there are also new cooperations in these fields, like between German companies and also Chinese high-tech companies. Not even necessarily car companies, right? But Tencent and BMW or so. So there could be new ways how companies collaborate to find new ways for the customers. China offers lots of opportunities because the consumers are very tech-friendly. Yeah, they are very willing to adopt new technologies, try out new things, and that will help maybe also to bring technologies maybe first here into the market and then also in other markets.
China and Europe are both large economies, and our industries are quite complementary. And during President Xi's visit to Europe, he said that we should become a better partner. Based on this, what's your expectation for economic, trade, industrial cooperation between China and Europe in the future?
China and Europe, I believe, have still many further areas to explore, right, in economic collaboration. So, first of all, both should agree that we have free trade and that we should also have access to the respective markets. I believe there are lots of complementary technologies that can be exchanged. And China has, of course, a big advantage of having a lot of scale for products and for technologies.
Thank you so much for joining us. It's a very knowledgeable interview from you.
Thank you so much.